Hello everyone and welcome back to Astro-Tarot Research. This is Brandi speaking, and you read the title so you know what this is about. Mercury Retrograde has me all the way messed up. I don't know about you, but this Mercury Retrograde, this particular one, got me feeling some type of way, alright? We got a whole bunch of communication issues, etc. And I thought because it's Mercury Retrograde that I would bring it back. I would bring it back to the feel of my first video. Well, maybe not the exact feel, like I had a really higher camera resolution, whatever. But I can't upload in that quality now, if you're ever wondering. If you ever look back at my first video, the camera quality is so nice. And then I have to like dumb it down because of YouTube, okay? It won't upload long videos in high quality. Doesn't make sense, but whatever. So, at least not my videos. I probably need a better computer. So I was like, you know what? I want to bring it back in terms of the fact that me using one deck, alright? I'm rambling on because it's Mercury Retrograde and it's like basically Mercury times 2, okay? So a lot more talking, at least, a lot more nonsense talking, okay? A lot more nonsense going on. If only you knew what was going on, guys. You don't even know the communication technology issues. Literally, I was on the phone with this woman for like work that I had to do, and we were having so many issues where she was trying to send me emails and information and call me, and like nothing would go through. And we finally connected with each other by chance, by like some crazy happenstance. Do you know how many people worked for this company? You wouldn't even know the chance of us reconnecting. It was insane. And so I said to her, I was just like, this has got to be Mercury Retrograde. And she said, yeah. She was like, yes, it has to be, because everything's messed up for her too. She said, I've been having computer troubles and stuff all day and this and that. And so we had both agreed, two strangers, don't know each other, randomly, accidentally reconnected, even though it's like this huge company with all these technical people. And she was just like, I've had issues all day. And I said, girl, me too. And so if I've had issues, I know somebody else there has some issues with Mercury Retrograde. So let's get started with your reading to see how Mercury Retrograde is affecting you and how will it continue to affect you until, I believe, July 31st is the end of Mercury Retrograde. And then we can take a breather, guys. We can take a breather, okay? At least for now, even though we still have some other planets retrograde that are just as tough, if not tougher. I think Saturn's retrograde, but that's astrology. Maybe I'll get into that later. I'm like, I'm so behind on my astrology. Let's just get started. All my shit is jacked up because it's Mercury Retrograde. We got the golden egg. We got the black marker for number 2. We got the pink egg for number 3. The green egg for number 4. The blue egg for number 5. The blue marker for number 6. I think it's a purple egg for number 7. And the orange marker for number 8. So choose wisely, and we will see how Mercury Retrograde is affecting you and how it will continue to affect you, or how it will change in its affection. I don't know. I don't think that's a word. You know what I'm talking about. Let's just get started. Choose. This is such a weird angle. All right, if you've chosen number 1, let's see how Mercury Retrograde is affecting you and how it will continue to affect you. This is like so close up. Oh my God, I feel so nervous and vulnerable. Okay, so we have the 3 of Wands. Then we have the Page of Cups. And then we have the 4 of Cups. Alright, it looks like y'all doing well on y'all Mercury Retrograde. You know, I'm a little bit jealous and a little bit salty. The only thing I would say y'all not doing well on is because we have fire to water here. So it can bring out sort of the negative aspects of these cards when they connect, especially fire to water. You know, this is water to water, so it's a little bit smoother when it goes on. But like, it looks like Mercury Retrograde, what it's trying to do for you, it's trying to make you set out on some new adventures. By new adventures, I mean, like, let's say, well, maybe that's not the best word for it. It's more like you've already started something. You started some shit way, I'm sorry, cursing, that's Mercury Retrograde. Okay, you started some stuff way before Mercury Retrograde even hit you, and now you're over here like, okay, so when are these results coming? And right here, you're getting impatient, you're tired, like, you're like, I put in this work, and it could be like creative work, or it could be like with a relationship or a person. Like, let's say you were like flirting with this person, you guys are setting dates, you're going back and forth, things are kikiing, you're doing well, like it's nice, and all of a sudden this person kind of, I don't know, they start to seem a little bit flaky, they start to seem a little hot and cold, and you're like, what's going on here? Like, I put in all this work to like talk to this person, to kind of be with this person, to like schedule dates, to make some time around this person, to talk to them all up every night, like till like 2 a.m., etc. And you're like, what is going on? Now, it doesn't have to be like a date scenario. You could be single AF, but I'm just giving an example of like what it could be. It's just like, you're like, come on, like this is crazy. We should be moving forward. And you right now, you feel like, gosh, I am not really moving forward like that, in the way that I want to move forward. But the fact is, Mercury retrograde can be a stagnant sort of thing, so it's hard to push through. It's hard to make some moves forward during Mercury retrograde. Things will come up constantly, like boop bloop 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 bloop. Like, I don't even know what I'm saying. I'm sorry, I'm a little hyper right now. But things will just keep stopping, getting in your way, like these mountains, these molehills. They're all just like bothering you. And it's like, at this point, with the Three of Wands being about like waiting for that enterprise to come back to you, that reward to come back to you, it's just like, are you serious? You're questioning if it's even coming, if you're even receiving, you're even going to receive what you're going to receive, like you should receive. But the fact of the matter is, you will, because we have the Page of Cups here, which is saying Mercury retrograde is also probably bringing some people back into your life. Some, usually Page of Cups can be sort of like people who may have had crushes on you, you may have crushes on them, or maybe they like had some hidden crushes. It could be like old friends. Like, Mercury retrograde is usually not serious relationships, but it can be. It very much can be, depending on like the severity of it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you could have like a long-term relationship that lasted like 4 years, but then all of a sudden, like 10 years from that, you get married, and you're like looking back at that 4-year relationship like, wow, that relationship really wasn't as deep of a connection as the one that I have with my husband or wife. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying with the Page of Cups here, because it's relative to what sort of situation that you're currently in, okay? So Page of Cups is definitely some people coming back, some people having to do with, I don't know, like your forward movements. I don't know what you're planning, but we got the Three of Wands here, so you're planning something. You're thinking about, you've made some sort of move, but it's not like the full move, okay? Right now, the Three of Wands is giving me like, okay, I've put myself out there. I got people being receptive and nice towards me, but they're not offering me anything back that I want. Like, I can give you that dating scenario back again, like where you have like you feel like you put in all this work for someone, and yeah, they're sort of like texting you back, but they're hot and cold, and you're just like put off by it. So Mercury retrograde is kind of bringing you people. It may be bringing some people back in your life that you're kind of like this Four of Cups energy. Like, this person really, like, I'm really not that hype about to talk to my aunt like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, my aunt's over here talking about her new dog that she got. Like, that's not, we haven't spoken in a bit, but like, I really don't care that much. Like that. And it's a nice thing. It's a nice invitation. It's a nice gesture, but you're just like not feeling it. That's not the thing you were waiting for. So basically, the energy of Mercury retrograde for you is giving you back things that you technically weren't really waiting for, opportunities that you aren't super excited about, or you feel like you want something more than that. You're just like, I want more. Like, I want more from my life. Like, I need to explore. I need to branch myself out. I'm like waiting on, like, I don't know, grades from a final, and I'm getting updates about like, I don't know, from people posting new selfies on Instagram, and you're like, I don't want to hear this. I don't want to hear this. You might be getting invitations out from friends, but you're like, well, you know, I've already been to that restaurant. I've already been to that bowling alley. I've already been to that bar. Like, I've already been to, you know, that I've already seen that movie. Like, you're kind of feeling like, been there, done that, this Mercury retrograde. So Mercury retrograde is not giving you anything like fantastic, or at least you feel like it's not giving you anything fantastic. All right. And that's all I have for you. So like, it's going to continue to do that. Like, by the end of Mercury retrograde, you're going to be like, really, that was it? Like, but it doesn't seem to bring too many frustrations. It's just that frustrating when it comes to like waiting for your ship to come in. You're like, will it come? Will it come? Will it give me what I want? Let's pull one more card. Oh my gosh, we got the Ten of Swords. So it's not like that it won't come. It's more like that with the Ten of Swords, you're just feeling that, oh, that stress. So maybe you are stressed. I was looking at these cards like, oh, it seems a little frustrated. No, we got the Ten of Swords here, so you're really frustrated. You're really, Mercury retrograde is giving you that frustration, that spike in your back where you're like, come on, I can't take any more of this. I'm so impatient right now. Like, or I'm so like, not amused by whatever situation is happening. Like, I want to clarify this Page of Cups here. Oh my gosh. So it's like you're attracting sort of people. It could be like you're attracting sort of people that you just feel like, gosh, they are so annoying. Like, there used to be this time period in my life where I don't even know what happened. Like, it was like every single person, like every single day, like I would have like 5 people come up and just like talk to me. Well, I do know what's happening, like astrologically. I had like Jupiter in my 3rd house, so it was just a lot of chatty people all day, every day, and I'm just like, this is such a nightmare. And they were like so friendly, but at the moment you're just like, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. This is not the news I want to hear. I don't care about your cat videos. Like, I don't care that you bought a new car. Like, I don't care about that you just got your hair done. Like, you're just like, this is not the news that I want. This is not what I'm waiting for. These are not the opportunities that I want in my life. This is not the happiness that I'm striving for. You're like, these are people who are very friendly and grateful and wonderful, but you're just like, I'm not having it. I'm not having it. All right. So at the end of Mercury retrograde, what it's going to do, oh my God, it's going to have you bored to death. You're going to feel like, I can't take it anymore. I need something exciting. I need something new in my life. And I think that's what Mercury retrograde is asking from you. It's asking you to press the refresh button on your life and try to really push yourself forward. Now, we do know you are doing those strives and moves, but I think Mercury retrograde is saying, hey, even though you've already put in work, you're going to have to put in a little bit more work, because we got 2 3s here, and 3s tend to be busy and active cards, numerology wise. They're cards of like, sort of like, I don't even know, socializing, business, like being up and about. So even though you have been putting in that work for whatever your future goals are, or whatever, like it may be more towards relationships just because it's followed by the Page of Cups. It could be friendships, family, actual like love connections, but whatever you feel like you're not getting that satisfaction. You just feel so dissatisfied. And I think Mercury retrograde is saying, let's time to do something about it. Time to end this, in these anxieties, in these fears, in this depression, in this sadness, and try to find something that makes you happy, because whatever's going on in Mercury retrograde is not making you happy. All right, and that's all I have for you, pile number 1. Thank you for watching. Okay. Oh, pile number, I think we're on 2. Let's figure out what Mercury retrograde is bringing for you. I already know what's brought for me. A lot of chaos. If you've seen my last like 3 videos, I'm all over the place. I'm on a new table right now. So what Mercury retrograde is bringing for you, kind of like what it's taught you, what's here to leave you with, this Mercury retrograde that is, we have the 7 of Swords. This is a weird angle. The Knight of Cups. And the Sun. I'm so sorry for this. Can I lift this up so you guys can see it a little bit more? That's a better angle for you. Slightly better. So, with the 7 of Swords here, we kind of have someone who's running away from their responsibilities, from any actions that they've taken. Usually the 7 of Swords represents someone like deceiving someone and trying to like get themselves out of a situation that they put themselves in because they've done something wrong, or something that's just wasn't quite, it was shady. They did something a little bit shady here. So what this situation could bring from you, this Mercury retrograde, it could bring back repercussions for any past actions that you may have possibly done wrong. Because it is a sword card, it's usually dealing with speech. So any sort of lies, misconceptions, gossip, rumors that you may have partaken in, or unwillingly kind of partaken in. Like maybe someone told you something and you thought it was true, so you told it to someone else, and then you found out, oh my God, it actually wasn't true, and you've accidentally been in a situation where you're like gossiping or spreading negative information about someone. Or what this card represents, because it is next to the King of Cups, you may not be the person who has been this deceptive person. It could be someone around you, and this possibly is like a male figure or someone of masculine sort of energy, someone who is more emotional. And probably, even though we have the King of Cups here, because it is next to the 7 of Swords, I'm going to go ahead and say this probably isn't the most mature person, or at least they weren't in the past. And then maybe now they've become a little bit more mature. So it's more like someone is coming back into your life who hasn't treated you with the respect that you deserved, who hasn't spoken to you with the kindest of words, or who had the best intentions. And what they're coming to do is either apologize for their actions, because we have the Sun card next to it, or there's realizing the truth of a matter, because here we have this deception, and at the end of this Mercury retrograde, we have the truth. We have a truth revealed about a certain someone in your life, okay? It could be you, it may not even be them coming back. It could be you analyzing a situation in the past from a different perspective. And that is what this Mercury retrograde is trying to do. It's trying to give you some enlightenment about a person or certain persons around you and their reactions towards you. Okay, so you're finally starting to realize something. So Mercury retrograde wants to, the whole part of Mercury retrograde, let me just say, is to have you go back and reanalyze information, to make sure you work on your communication skills a bit, to learn to I guess communicate better with others overall, and any form of communication. I remember one Mercury retrograde, like I created like 10 different resumes, each for a specific job that I was trying to apply for, or a field, just to cater it towards whatever field or job that I wanted to apply myself to. And then I narrowed it down to about 5 resumes that I had to stand out. So that was about communication. Before, I would only send out maybe 1 or 2 different resume structures based on my degrees, because I have like kind of 2 areas of expertise. But then I did 5, and I expanded that, and I edited it to a way it would appeal to whatever company that I was applying to. So it's kind of like that reorganization of information, and that's what it's going to do for you. But instead of something like a resume, this has to do with a person's behavior and their character, and it's like that reorganization, rethought process of this person's particular character. And it looks like this person may not have been the most honest person. They may have been a little bit more manipulative. They may have been someone who lashed out when they felt someone was doing them wrong, may have had like an overly emotional response, someone who didn't really think of other people when they spoke. And it's going to bring this person to the light. It's going to bring a new perspective on this person, or maybe even just more understanding and clarity of a certain situation. And that is what Mercury retrograde is trying to specifically teach you. And I'm just going to pull one more card for clarification. Yes, we have the Page of Swords. So it's definitely about the way this person communicated with you. And because we have the Page of Swords, which is known to be a little bit gossipy, that's probably one of the worst parts of the Page of Swords. That, and sometimes they form opinions, very strong opinions, too early on, and they don't take in the perspective of others. And that's because the Page of Swords is young. So they have a lot to learn and a lot to grow. And so the Page of Swords is still learning to communicate, learning to understand that not everyone thinks the same, not everyone has bad intentions because they do something you disagree with, and not everyone expresses themselves in the same manner. Like I was just speaking about this today, like how some people, when they're sad, they may cry, they may ask for a hug, they may want comfort, but may other people, when they're sad, it may not show on their face. You may see them just like hanging out, going to parties, etc. And then the next day you find out that they may have ended their own lives or something like that. Okay, so everyone doesn't express their emotions the same way. And I think you're going to have a greater understanding of a certain person or certain persons in your life in that regard when it comes to this Mercury retrograde. Okay? And thank you. That is all I have for you, pile number 2. We're going to move on to pile number 3 and see what this Mercury retrograde is bringing them. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And remember, I am taking private readings. Information is in the description below. And that is all I have for you. Pile number 3. Let's get on to what this Mercury retrograde has in store for you. I was just telling pile number 2 how Mercury retrograde is acting crazy for me. If you've seen my past 3 readings, I've like changed the setting like a billion times. This reading's no different. So frustrating. Okay, so this is what Mercury Retrograde's lesson is kind of trying to teach you, what it's like bringing for you, what has been the case. So Mercury Retrograde has definitely been pretty difficult for you. This angle is so you can at least sort of see the cards. It's giving you the Five of Wands, the Nine of Pentacles, and overall what it's trying to do is give you that Six of Pentacles. So you're coming out on top this Mercury Retrograde. Basically what it's saying is you're in a competitive environment. I don't know what that environment is. I don't know if it's work. I don't know if it's school. I don't know if you're in like some competition. I was just talking today about like cosplayers, and then it has me thinking about cosplayer competitions. And I don't know if you guys saw that show. It was like true life, and this girl made cosplay costumes and stuff, and then I think she went to like a convention and they had a competition, etc. And so it could be something like that. Basically something you're competing in. That's what I want to get across. Competition and competitiveness. Not only that, but the Five of Wands often brings strong frustration. You could be interacting with a lot of people who have some negative actions towards you. There could be a lot of rudeness in their tone, their voice, how they treat you. There could be a lot of jealousy here, because the Five of Wands is often people fighting over something. You have like how they say sometimes, I know a lot of people say like women are competitive and they're fighting over to, I don't know, males or something, to be the most beautiful or most desired or something like that. And so what Mercury retrograding is giving you a lot of frustrating situations and having you interact with a lot of frustrating people. And the purpose of this is to make you more independent, more stronger in your self-value, because we have the Nine of Pentacles. This is someone who doesn't really care what's going on with other people, in the sense that they're not like in everyone's business. They're not worried what Chanel has over there. They're not worried what Tommy's got going on over there. They're just like, you know what I got going on over here is pretty good myself. I'm content with the things that I have. I feel great about myself. I feel confident within myself. I know that I have worked hard to achieve the things that I want to achieve, whether that be you've like I said, it goes back to that competition. Maybe you've won some competitions in the past. I don't know why I keep hounding on competitions right now. Like, why is that in my brain so hard? Some of you guys must be like competing in something. I don't know. But it has to do with you saying, you know what, I'm going to take this relaxation time out to myself to appreciate what I have. So this Mercury retrograde is asking you to ignore all the noise, to ignore all the nonsense that's going on around you. And eventually that will give you victory over others. By paying attention to what you have, to basically staying in your own lane, you're going to have a lot of success. You're going to win over other people, because with the Five of Wands energy, look at everybody. Everybody's in everybody's business over here. Everyone's competing against everyone, and they're trying to one-up each other, beat each other, outdo each other, do the best that they can to stand out. But what the cards are saying, all you have to do is focus on your goals and what you want to accomplish, and you will be successful. You'll come over top over all these people who are choosing to maybe be negative, to choosing to not consider other people, who are seeing other people as someone to be defeated. Rather, if you just ignore all of that and don't worry about trying to be the best and outdo someone, then you will automatically outdo them. I don't know how else to explain that. Like, this is a pretty clear-cut message. This Mercury retrograde is going to bring you a lot of situations, if it hasn't already, that have just causing you stress. And a lot of these situations can be financial, just because it is next. The Five of Wands is right next to the Nine of Coins, which has to do with, we all know coins have to do with your actual coin, your money, okay? And so it could put a lot of financial stress on your independence, and you may have to make some some budgeting cuts. You may have to look at your finances, how you're spending your money, how you're spending your free time, what you truly need to have some sort of peace, to feel comfortable, to feel welcomed, to feel confident. It could even say, it could even be something as simple as like being on a diet. Like the Five of Wands doesn't have to always be negative. A lot of times with the Five of Wands, I've been on plenty of diets, I've gotten this card and it just means that I'm being very active, and especially followed by that Nine of Coins energy. It's like saying I'm being active so that I can be the best version of myself, and then I come out on top with the Six of Wands. So it can be a situation like that. Maybe you want that summer body. I know it's like summer already, but you're like, you know what, I'm gonna at least get it together by August, okay? I'm gonna be snatched for my one day on the beach, okay? So it could be a situation like that. It's asking you to take the time to put in that work and focus on yourself, and overall you will be a person that people are going to be like, wow, look at him or her over there, like looks like she's glowing, or he looks like he's glowing. They're just doing their best. They're out here stunting on everybody, and everyone's going to see you in this light. It's just no way to avoid it, okay? And that is all I have for you. But actually, let me pull one more card. Let me pull one more card just to see if we can clarify everything. I'm pretty sure I'm right. Okay, so we have the Six of Cups. So it's like actualizing older goals, actually. So this is something you've had in mind for a while. Something that you've been working on for quite a minute sometimes. Because whenever I get the Six of Cups, not whenever, but quite often when I get the Six of Cups, it's kind of like saying same old stuff, okay? Same book, different name, all right? So it's saying this is something that I have been constantly doing, but now the pressure's on. Now the pressure's more fierce. And it's like this continuation of what you've already been focused on, and now it's heightened, if that makes sense. Because when we have retrograde planets, they're not really in retrograde. They're just kind of, they look retrograde from where we are with our position on the earth. And in that case, in that scenario, it's like it's closer to the earth. So now we're getting more Mercury retrograde. So stuff intensifies, okay? So it's past accomplishments or past struggles, because like I said, the Five of Wands is a card of struggle and frustration. Past struggles being worked on. So you're like saying, I'm going to finally overcome this. Like, I'm going to finally get that beach bod. I'm going to finally, I don't know, if you're single, put yourself out there with dating. Like, I'm going to finally redo my wardrobe. I'm going to finally learn how to play the piano. It's just something that you're already working on and that you will make some progress in, and some highly impressive progress in, by the end of Mercury retrograde. All right, and that is all I have for you, pile number 3. Thank you for watching. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, and also come be my first client on Fivver. You can also DM me and email me, which is like what I've been doing before, but if you want to use Fivver, it's like a more like professional service rather than sending me a DM or email, but I do still take the DM and email readings, alright? So thank you for watching. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. I think I already said that. Alright, bye. Pile number 4, let's get started on your reading on what Mercury retrograde is going to bring for you. If you have chosen this green egg, let's get started. I really gotta get some new decorations, but you know, it is what it is for now. So, what Mercury retrograde is trying to bring for you, pile number 4, we got the Page of Wands. So it's trying to bring you some active communication, errands, things you got to do. Oh, they're definitely being active. We got the Chariot here. Sorry if you guys got to sit in rush hour traffic or you're running around a lot. Okay. All right. So this is interesting because unlike the pile we just had, they were working on things that they previously sort of been working on, and all Mercury retrograde is going back and working on things you're supposed to work on, but specifically they already starting working on something. But the Page of Wands is kind of like, you had this idea, okay? I'm not even sure you guys have even put it into practice, but you may have had this idea for a while. Actually, like, the cards are telling me, pick a card, pull a card. Like, my brain's going crazy. Yes, okay. Because the Eight of Wands' message is Page of Wands is messages. Well, let me just get this out of the way before I spew into what I was about to say. You're going to have some people reaching out to you, maybe even some people coming to visit. These are possibly friends, and I say friends because the Page of Wands is usually younger and more people who are like more your equals, if that makes sense to you. Like, you kind of see them as young. Like, usually people don't see themselves as like super old until they're put in a room with like someone who's like significantly younger than them, and then they feel like, oh my god, I'm so old, like you know what I mean? So that's why I say it's probably going to be someone who's like a friend, cousin, someone close to age in you, who's going to be reaching out, sending you some message, maybe trying to meet up and reconnect. And that's basically what you're going to get. But well, as I was saying before, with the other message, it looks like you have some ideas, but you haven't quite put them forward yet. Or you haven't quite actualized them, if that makes sense. You haven't quite made in all the efforts you could to put it out in the universe. Maybe you've made like a chart. Maybe you have like some little blurbs. Maybe you have stuff mapped out in your head. But now with this Mercury retrograde, you're going to be putting it out into the world. You're going to be physically manifesting it, this retrograde. Like, that is what Mercury retrograde is trying to push you to do. It's saying, okay, we got some good ideas going on. Let's make it happen. And because we have the Page of Wands and the Eight of Wands, I don't know if you're going on vacation. I don't know if you're traveling. But Page of Wands is, all pages usually travel a lot. But when you have it like sort of clarified by the the Eight of Wands, that's like another confirmation that you will be traveling quite a bit. And I don't know if it's near or far. Because it's next to the Chariot, and then we're also next to the Two of Wands here, which is also the card that's like holding this globe, which is like go places, do things. So you could just be like visiting a lot of friends and families, a lot of hanging out with co-workers, going to like meetings, going to like work events, traveling for work, traveling for school, going on trips for assignments. I know I had to do that in college. Like, sometimes I had to go like to museums and stuff to write about art and etc. I had to do that at least 3 times. So it could be like this busy period for you where you're like, okay, well, now I've got to sign up for this class. Maybe you're taking summer classes, and that's what's causing you to start traveling again. I know there are some summer classes that start mid-July, though usually classes start like right after school ends, which is so irritating. You have like 1 week and then you get right back into school. Sorry guys, I'm going into my own stuff. I just hated that when I was in school. You just get like no break. But that's what this is going to be like for you. No break during Mercury retrograde. You are going to be putting your energy into full volume, full max. It is only until the beginning of Mercury retrograde that you're going to sort of like replan everything. If that makes sense to you, it's kind of like you had this idea to, like, let's say you wanted to paint a mural, okay, and then you have like this thing sketched out in your brain, and now you sketch it out on paper, okay? That's when you're starting to sketch it out on paper. And then you actually start doing the mural, and you figure out that it's not going to turn out how you want it to turn out unless you make some alterations to it. And you've decided you wanted to add a few more things to it. And that's what we got this Two of Wands here going on. It's like that replanning after you've already kind of like started something. Like, it happens. We all have to do that. We all have to kind of like go with the flow sometimes. So this Mercury retrograde is actually asking you to be prepared for some swift change in plans, all right? It's like be prepared to replan what you're already planning to do. And the Chariot is a card that is usually having to do with achieving a lot of success, having some sort of, I wouldn't say validation, but usually you get praise from others with the Chariot, or you're at least noticed by others a lot. And other people are going to see you as more ambitious during this time period. And the Two of Wands is also a leadership card. It's someone who's very unique. So whatever you're planning and whatever you have going on in your head, which I know you have a lot going on because I can look at these cards and see that, just know that it will work out for you and you will have a lot of success. And you are called to be in a leadership position. And don't worry about what other people think. Because we have the Two of Wands here, which is also someone who is very unique in their approach to doing things. So maybe someone is going to try to get you to do things a certain way. And I say that because we have the Page of Wands. And the Page of Wands is very similar to like the Page of Swords, where they sometimes they can't keep their mouth shut and they say the wrong things. And the Page of Wands can be kind of pushy a little bit. So you can have a lot of people pushing you in one direction or pushing you and pulling you in different directions. But then you have the Two of Wands here is like saying, you know what? No, I need to actually decide for myself how I want things to go. And it's interesting that we have like the two sort of, oh my God, I forgot what these animals are called. Wow. My mind blank. You know the Egyptian pharaoh creature lion, human lion things. What are those things called? Whatever. We have two of those, and then we also have like the Two of Wands, which is saying it's kind of like two forks in the road, similar to the Two of Swords. It's saying, well, I can go this way where these people want me to go, or I can go that way where these other people can want me to go, and or I can go this other way where this other person wants me to go. And then here you're looking at the globe here on this Two of Wands card, and it's saying, actually, maybe I should go the way that I want to go. And I think that's going to be the most successful route for you. But we can have some clarification on things. Yeah, it looks like we're going to have some third parties sort of interfering a little bit with what you want to do. And also, like, as I was saying before, you're probably going to be visiting and talking to a lot of different people. Like, your social life is going to amp up, which I have been talking to a few people, and I've had some of them say that to me. It's like someone wants me to go over here and I'm being invited out for dinner here, and then I got to spend time with this person. Like, this Mercury retrograde is like amplifying, like I said, their communication and their spending time with friends and family. It's like saying, gosh, I don't have any time to myself. So definitely this Mercury retrograde, it's going to feel like you don't have enough space and time to yourself. But it's also going to be very exciting and very filling. I don't know. Like, I don't know the word for it. It's like every moment is just filled with someone there doing some activity, feeling that you've accomplished your goals for the day or something like that. You have a checklist and you're just going to check everything off your list during Mercury retrograde. So it's more about like a balance of time than anything else. And like I said, with the Page of Wands and the Three of Cups here, I think it's really more time with friends rather than family. But we'll see. Or at least some flirtation going on. It could even be dating. Because sometimes when I have the Eight of Wands and the Three of Cups, it often has to do with like sending a lot of messages out, especially if you're on dating apps and you may be sending messages out to like multiple people. So that is all I have for you, pile number 4. Thank you for watching. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And oh my God, you can come and be my first client on Fivver. Normally I take readings through DMs or emails, but I finally decided to like join like a site so you can have that laid out for you. But yes, you can still DM me and send me emails if you want a private reading by me. Information's in the description, and thank you for watching again. Good luck. Godspeed. Hello, hello, hello. Here we go. It is Mercury retrograde, and let's see what this is doing for you, pile number. Oh my God, are we on 5? Yes, we're on 5. Yes, oh my God, I'm blanking. Let's just get started. We have the 10 of Pentacles. Ooh. We have the 5 of Pentacles. Whoa. And we have the King of Wands. I don't know why I'm giving you all these noises. I'm sorry. Alright, so what Mercury retrograde is basically asking you is to take care of your finances. It looks like Mercury retrograde is saying, yeah, you've had a lot of success, but you may be either hit with situations where they could force you into an unpleasant financial situation quickly, or it's going to say that you aren't budgeting and spending your money as best as you could. And what Mercury retrograde is asking for you, because it's interesting that we got the King of Wands instead of the King of Pentacles. So the King of Pentacles is about like, I would give the advice of budgeting money if I got the King of Pentacles. But since I got the King of Wands, I think it's about more putting out the fires and solving those situations. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have to like create a budget for it. I mean, that may be part of it, but it's more like you have to just like, let's say I got hit in a car accident, not hit in a car, I got in a car accident, my car's messed up. That had nothing to do with, you know, me being a terrible driver. Let's say I was the one who got hit. And that person was a terrible driver. And now I'm driving around with a broken window, my car door is jacked up, and I haven't bothered to fix the issue just because I'm like, it's a lot of money and I don't have the time and etc. etc. Da, da, da. What the King of Wands is saying, just fix it. I mean, they're saying, yeah, you could be in a rough place financially for a bit because of it, but overall, it's going to teach you, I guess, a responsibility. It's going to help you out in the future. It's going to bring you to a place where you can feel comfortable and confident in the things that you have and value. Another way to interpret these cards is the Ten of Pentacles rules family, or it could just mean people really close to you that you feel like they're family. And you may feel like you're being like left out in the cold. You're like, they're just not even giving me the support that I need. And then the King of Wands is saying you have to grow strong on yourself. Like you have to be more self-reliant and not even look for support for others. So it could be that Mercury Retrograde wants you to do that and wants you to take on that role, to not sort of expect it to be maybe babied by others. I'm not going to be that extreme, but maybe don't look for people to help you as much, and look out for your own needs, wants, and desires. Let's clarify this situation, because I want to clarify this with two cards, because you got like some kind of reading here. So we have the Eight of Wands and we have the Strength card. Interesting. Okay, so what it's asking you to do is basically what I said before. Like, I don't even know how to read this any other way. It just looks like the most clear clarification. Don't worry about other people lending you support, because it's kind of like this Mercury Retrograde. It doesn't seem like too many people will have your back. And then the Strength card, like I said, it's more about you. It's like your inner strength, your inner power, what makes you strong as a human being. Does that make sense? Like someone who's like resilient on their own, someone who is not the person being taken care of, it's the person who's taking care of others, and that includes yourself. So it's saying leave those kind of traditional sort of roles behind that you may have previously had. And it's going to be hard and frustrating, because all five energy, like with this Five of Coins here, is like frustrating and kind of gloomy in a sense, and each in its own sort of way. So, but don't worry about that, because at the end of this we have the King of Wands. So basically what Mercury Retrograde is trying to do is make you a more resilient person, make you a more confident person, make you someone who believes in themselves, someone who goes after what they want, someone who doesn't hesitate, someone who doesn't sit on the sidelines. It's trying to make you be the person who, I don't know, does the dishes, sweeps the floor, goes to work, goes to school, you know, buy his or her own groceries, pays his or her own bills, you know, etc. It's like saying it wants you to take all of those things. Like you may have had some support in the past, or maybe you're not. Maybe you've been independent before. I mean, like I said, these readings are general, so I try to give as many interpretations as I can. But the overall two messages that stick out the most is saying being more self-reliant, and not relying on others. And if you've already been like that self-reliant person, then it's saying that you may need to take better care of your finances, or it's saying take care of the things that weren't looking the best. Like I said, I gave that car example, like, or maybe you had some things that were like messed up at home, like you have a rinky-dink door and the doorknob's all jacked up or something like that, and you're like, huh, all right, I guess it's time to fix it. I guess I gotta put in that work. Like, it's, you know what I mean? It's basically just saying go back and like redo those little things and like fix that. It could be that simple, or it could be even more powerful when it comes to inner strength and confidence and looking out for your well-being. Like, this is so clear cut, I don't even know how to expand, but I'm gonna pull one more card just to see what Mercury retrograde. Okay, so we have the 8 of Swords, and that has to do with someone who is not confident in their own ideas or the things that they want to say. They may feel like that they're being shut down by others, or they will be shut down by others if they speak their mind, or they may feel like they're too shy to approach someone. They may feel like they can't do things on their own. They may feel like they're trapped in a bad situation that they can't get out of. But what these cards are saying are, no, you can get out of that bad situation. No, you're not stuck. You can be the one to speak your mind. You can say what you want to say. You can be who you want to be. You can do whatever you want to do. You don't have to worry about what others think. You don't have to be reliant on other people to help you out. You're the one who can create your own reality. It's saying whatever it is that you want to do and you can accomplish, you can do it yourself. And I know you can do it because we have that Strength card here. It's just saying that it's going to be hard because the Strength card is not an easy card to get. You know what I mean? It's not an easy card to see in a future position in a reading, okay? It's saying that I have to endure. I have to make sacrifices. I have to push myself. I have to not let the bad days get me down. Like, I have to strive through and be resilient and not give up. That is what the Strength card asks. And especially when it's paired with the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is someone who puts a lot, I mean a lot of energy and effort into something, and he will not stop until he achieves his goal. And that is what this Mercury retrograde in particular is asking you to do, to take care of those material things. And I say material because we got 2 material cards. One represents like abundance of wealth and one represents poverty. And at this point, it's like, what do you want to choose? Because if you just let these things just kind of happen to you rather than taking action, you're going to stay in that 5 of Pentacles energy, okay? You're going to stay feeling like you have nothing. You've been rejected by the world. You've been given no opportunities, that no one's here to, no one cares about you. No one wants to help you out. No one's looking out for your benefit. And not only that, but the 5 of Pentacles can be like a lack of confidence. And especially when we pair it with the 8 of Swords here. It's saying, I don't believe in myself. I don't think I can do all the things that I want to do. Yeah, maybe I tell myself that from time to time, but do I really believe it? And Mercury retrograde is asking you, please believe it, okay? And that is all that I have for you. Pile number 5. I'm sorry if I sounded like I got super passionate. That's just like, I don't know. I get super animated in my voice when I talk. I don't know. Oh, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And oh my God, you got to come be my first client on Fivver. Normally I take readings in the DM and email, and I still take readings in my DM and my email. So follow me on Instagram if you don't want to do the Fivver reading, you don't want to sign up to a website, then you can still DM me and email me for a private reading. And did I say like, comment, and subscribe? Like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you for watching. Okay, pile number 6. Let's see what Mercury retrograde has in store for you. I think you can already see what it has in store for me. Different setting, different time, different place. We got the Knight of Wands here. So that's someone who's kind of like committed to not committed to things. Like he starts things, doesn't finish things. But he puts in the effort, all right? He just has some concentration issues. We have the High Priestess, someone who's intuitive, spends some time alone, quiet to themselves, someone who takes in the world around them, someone who can take that time to reflect and trust themselves and be intuitive and understanding and have that clarity within themselves, following that third eye energy unquestionably. And then we have the Knight of Swords, so also someone similar who sometimes doesn't have much of a follow through, but can start things, can plan things out, and can get a lot accomplished, mind you, even if they don't get everything accomplished. So we got 2 Knight energies. And that's interesting, they're both on the side of the High Priestess. So what I'm getting, if I'm just being very direct and straight up, what I'm getting is the High Priestess is asking you to channel your energies through your intuition. And what I mean by that is, if you feel like something's wrong, then follow that intuition. If you think someone meant something by saying, they may have said something, but you feel like intuitively they meant something else, follow that intuition. And it has to do with people's actions and people's words in particular. So you're going to have a lot of people, a lot of communication, it seems, a lot of younger people, and if they're not young, they're definitely not mature, testing your intuition. So for some reason, your Mercury retrograde is more about building your intuition. Let's put this at this angle so you guys can see the cards more, a little bit more. This is about building your intuitions through your actions. Like I said, if you feel like that's like the wrong thing to eat and that's going to make your stomach turn, follow that intuition. If you feel like the text message you sent to someone, maybe they misinterpreted wrong, so maybe you should send a clarifying text messages, just send that message. It's just like, it's this whole Mercury retrograde is really about building your intuitive focus. I don't think there's too much more to read into that. Like this, but I don't want this reading to be short. Yes, we have Temperance. It's saying we need to balance these two actions, these two knights here. Someone who is very like blunt and aggressive, and someone who is very, well, also blunt and aggressive, but like more so with the things they say. And you know, the Knight of Wands is hot-tempered and sort of like the type of person to just like, don't you know those people who kind of like, maybe this is extreme, but like they punch walls or something when they're mad. And then we have people who like the Knight of Swords, who just like lash out when they're mad. They both have positive attributes though. So it may be saying we need to find a positive blending of these two things, because it could be maybe you might be the immature one, or it could be people around you. We don't know for sure, but if it's you, then the cards are saying that you need to be more level-headed and more even with your actions. So the Knight of Wands, like I said, can be very flaky. They get bored easily. They're saying like, oh my God, if this thing no longer interests me, then I'm gone. And they sort of lose interest in a project. They get like very, very passionate very quickly. But when they realize they got to put in work, they're like, I'm kind of done. I'm kind of over it. They get like too excited. And then we have the Knight of Swords, which also has like some great ideas, but then they have 1,000,001 ideas and they can't focus on one. They can't bring one into action. They can't bring it into the real world, or they can, but not for very long. They also abandon their ideas. Like both things kind of like hit the road at some point, then maybe they come back and then maybe they don't. It's like, oh my gosh. So it could be like you're coming off as like this whirlwind of energy, and the Mercury retrograde is saying, okay, if you're going to go to the gym, commit yourself to go into the gym 3 times a week, then go to the gym 3 times a week. And if you're going to be a person who is who wants to grow a following on Instagram, maybe you want to be an Insta model, because we have the Knight of Swords, which is about communication. I guess visuals are a form of communication. And then it's saying, then you gotta start posting more frequently, and you gotta be more consistent. So what Temperance is asking is to be very consistent and level and balanced in your words and in your actions. If you feel that you may be stepping out of line, or you feel like you're losing that spark and that interest, maybe take a break for a minute and then come back to whatever project you're working on. And the same is with the Knight of Swords. It's saying, if you feel like you're the person who, because Knight of Swords tend to have this tendency, who's always leading the conversation and like talking, maybe you like interrupt people and you do more talking than listening, or you maybe do more listening than talking, then you've got to find that balance within yourself. Or if that's not you, then it's saying the people around you are a little bit nutty. Not nutty, but I'll say they're a little bit unbalanced. And you need to go within yourself to find peace and find a way to tolerate their behavior. Okay? If that makes sense, it's saying you don't have to react to the things that they're doing and saying, because the high priestess, she does not react, she simply observes. So it's saying you can just take yourself, put yourself on the sideline of any sort of out there inappropriate or brash behavior, and you can just watch it unfold and don't even worry about it. Don't get involved, don't take action, don't say anything, don't put water on the fire, because we got fire and air here and all they do is stimulate each other and just go crazy and just spread all over the place and cause chaos for people. So it's saying don't even be bothered by the actions of the people around you. But I really do think that this particular Mercury retrograde is about growing your intuitive abilities, growing your spirituality, becoming more one with the universe around you. And you're doing it in a way where you're like, you may be taking walks, you may be meditating, you may be reading up on spirituality, you may be watching some, you know, occult YouTube tarot videos by Astro-Tarot Research. You could just be doing that and learning and growing, and that will help you on your spiritual path. Okay? And that is all I have for you, pile number 6. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, and thank you for watching. Okay, pile number 7. God, my mind just blinked. Let's see what Mercury retrograde has in store for you. My mind has been blinking a lot. That's what Mercury retrograde's done for me. It's blown my mind out the water. Okay, so we have the Knight of Cups, the Four of Wands, and Judgment. You know, it's interesting because whenever I get Judgment, Judgment's about like leaving things behind, retribution for actions, letting bygones be bygones, leaving the past in the past. So I don't know if you have like an ex you're thinking about, maybe even just past relationships, past friendships, past connections you've had with each other. You may be thinking about all the good and happy times, or you may be thinking about a period in your life which may have been like more exciting, more flirtatious, more enjoyable, more celebratory. And what Mercury retrograde wants you to do is sort of leave, I wouldn't say leave those thoughts behind, but leave that feeling of reminiscing that was such an incredible time behind. And I have a feeling that it's because that there are better things ahead. Usually when the cards ask us to leave all those reminiscing good times behind, it's saying, hey, these things are not important. This is not the reality of your situation. And if you want that situation to happen again, or like the feelings surrounding that situation to happen again, then you have to move forward. You have to forgive people who may have wronged you in the past, who may have been very hot and cold and flaky, because the Knight of Cups can be very hot and cold, but the Knight of Cups can also be very intense and very romantic and very like overwhelming, and say all the right things and give you chocolates and give you flowers and watch the sunset goes down with you and look you in the eyes and tell you how beautiful you are. You know what I mean? And then, but the cards are saying, hey, yeah, let that go. We're done now. Wrap that up. Wrap it up, B. All right? And this is why. It's saying that you have new opportunities ahead of you. New people that you need to meet. New financial growth. And a stronger foundation for a new beginning. And it's a hopeful for beginning, because whenever I see the Ace of Pentacles, it has that star in the middle of it, and it just reminds me of the star card and how hopeful and peaceful and calm and serene it is. So with the Knight of Cups, like I said before, the Knight of Cups can bring a little bit of a chaotic energy to him, just because he can be flaky with his emotions. He can just be love you so intensely one day, and then the next day, poof, he's gone. And you're just like, what happened? And then people get addicted to those sort of hot and cold, toxic sort of relationships. And for them, they're like, it gives them some sort of passion and some sort of emotional, I don't know, button. It presses some emotional button for them. And I wouldn't say it's pleasurable, but it meets some emotional need. It might be something that they're used to, a pattern behavior that they've grown up around. And so to them, it comes off very exciting and thrilling, and it's like what you need, that drama, that passion in a relationship. Yeah, the universe is saying, like, we don't need any drama, we don't need anything like that. What you need is stability. What you need is a strong group of friends, a good support group, a nice club you can join, all right? You need to chill out. You need something a little bit more reliable and stable. You need the Queen of Cups here. So right now, what Mercury Retrograde is asking you to do, it's saying that you need to either spend time with people who are more emotionally mature, or it's saying work on yourself to work on yourself emotionally. I'm so sorry that I burped, guys. Work on yourself emotionally so that you can mature and grow and be a more understanding person. Okay? What Mercury Retrograde is going to do is going to give you an opportunity to grow yourself emotionally. That's basically what Mercury Retrograde is doing. You may feel like that you have a lot of people asking you, maybe they're asking you to come and party on the weekend, and you're like, oh, maybe they're asking, and you're like, oh man, I've been doing this every weekend, or you're doing it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and you're like, well, actually, I'm a little bit older now, so maybe it's time I, took some time to myself, and maybe I don't go out every weekend and party. Maybe I don't go out every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday and go crazy at a bar or a club or a lounge or something like that. Maybe I just spend some time with me. Maybe I spend some time accomplishing things I want to accomplish. Like, I don't know, whatever it is you want to accomplish. Most people usually focus on their careers, or they focus on their love lives, which by extension is like kind of children, sometimes friends, and careers usually like goals, hobbies, like by extension, etc. like that, wealth, money. And what it's asking you to do is focus more on the career aspect, just because we have a pentacle here. And because it's paired with the Queen of Cups, it's saying do something that makes you happy. And I'm going to emphasize happy because we do have the Four of Wands in this reading. So, sorry guys, I thought I heard some kind of weird noise. Okay, so we do have the Four of Wands in this reading, and the Four of Wands is always asking us to enjoy our lives to the fullest, but it's saying do it in a more responsible manner. So you don't wake up tired on Monday when you got to go to work or class, or when you got to go, I don't know, babysit someone. It's saying just be a little bit more responsible and practical and grow yourself, so that you're in a place where you are satisfied with what you have. Okay? It may be... I just need to pull another card. I'm sorry. Yes. Okay, so I was right. We have the Nine of Cups here. So it is about self-satisfaction and growing yourself and being satisfied and getting to a place where you are pleased by the things that you have and you feel that emotional comfort. I don't want to just say within yourself, because I definitely don't get the sense it's just about being pleased with yourself. I think it's just about being pleased with the things that you have been able to accomplish, and it can be that your goal is to get married or something like that, and if you are doing things that are unproductive towards that, the cards are now asking you this Mercury Retrograde to reevaluate that. See, normally it's clear for me when the cards want somebody to focus on themselves, but this one's not particularly saying just focus on yourself. It's more saying just focus on things that you can get done to accomplish what you want. And what you want could be anything. Like I said, it may more than likely be career related, but I don't get the I don't get the feeling that it is only career related. I kind of feel like this also has to do with growing relationships, growing friendships, deeper connections with other people. And I say that because we have that Four of the Wands right in the middle, which is about like celebrating a marriage, okay? And you can't marry yourself, you know what I mean? So it's saying work on things that can put you in the position where you can be the best wife or best husband you can be, or best boyfriend, best girlfriend you can be. And if you're a person who doesn't see themselves wanting to ever be in a relationship, then it is asking you to grow yourself as a human being, and so that you are satisfied emotionally and you feel like every day you are grateful and happy to be alive. I mean, that's pretty much what it's saying. I don't know how to expand on that anymore, pile number 7. I think Mercury retrograde has a lot of emotional relief left, emotional releases going on for you. It wants to just let you say, let it go. Anything that you thought that you had in the past that made you happy, there's some new opportunities for you to achieve even more happiness. The ultimate happiness, all right? And thank you for watching. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And remember, you can get a reading from me on Fivver. You can DM me, so please follow my Instagram. I do readings there too. And you can also email me if you want a reading. And thank you for watching. See you next time. Last but not least, pile number 8. Here we go. Da 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 da. Let's see what Mercury retrograde has in store for you. We have the Emperor. Looks like you guys are going to be pretty working hard. Dang. We have the King of Swords. Y'all on your grind. How'd I know? And we got the 6 of coins. So this is about, I don't know, controlling your kingdom. I don't know why that phrase came to me, but it's about manifesting your destiny and making it into a reality. This is such an awkward angle. But it's, I mean, just look at these cards. These are just people who mean business. The Emperor, the King of Swords, these people don't play. They are career focused, career minded. They don't take crap from anyone. They're very serious about becoming successful people, or at least staying in a position of success and being seen as someone to look up to, someone who accomplishes what they need to accomplish and achieves what they set their mind out to achieve. And they don't stop for anything or anybody, okay? They're saying you're either with it or bye. That's really it. There's no in between here when it comes to these cards. So what Mercury retrograde is asking you, it's kind of like saying boss up, okay? If you're already doing well and you're already doing good, which according to these cards looks like you're doing fine, it's saying continue on that path. And also, maybe it wouldn't hurt to like share the wealth with others, whether be it your words of advice or physically, maybe like giving to like the homeless or lending a friend like $5 or something. It's saying be generous, don't be stingy, okay? This is the time for it, and that karma will come back to you. I don't know what else to say than other stay on your grind. How did I know? Knight of Pentacles, stay on your grind. It looks like this pile looks like they have already had a great deal of success, and this pile looks like they're super level-headed. They're someone who is clear in their focus and their demands and what they want out of life. I don't know if you are, but that's what the cards are telling me you are like. And you need to continue to be open and honest, continue to work hard. And the thing about the Knight of Pentacles, Mercury retrograde may even ask you to work a little bit harder. But from these cards, it seems like you're working real hard. But the thing about the Knight of Pentacles can be obsessive with work. They don't stop working for anybody. They are like a machine. Like, they don't quit. They're like, what's a holiday? What's a break? I don't understand that concept. Um, so Mercury retrograde in a sense is saying you need to have that obsessive energy at this moment, because that obsessive energy will put you in that position of success, will put you in like a management position, a leadership position. It'll get you the grades you want. It'll get you into the college you want, the school you want. It'll get you on the dean's list. Right now is like your time to shine. Mercury retrograde is saying, let's just double check everything. It's saying, let's be more obsessive. It looks like you've already set yourself up for on a good path. And Mercury retrograde is just basically saying, okay, everything seems good, but let's just go over it one more time, okay? Let's just run through these flashcards one more time real quick, even though I'm pretty sure you have them memorized in an inside out, you know, question and answer. Like, it looks like you got it, but let's just go through one more time. So at this time, it's saying make your work impeccable, okay? It's saying you can do it. You're already on your way. Don't stop. Don't quit for anybody. Oh my God, my camera battery's dying. But it's also saying chill out a little bit. So, I guess it's basically saying when you're at school, work, if you're a stay-at-home mom, I don't know, when you're working with your kids and taking care of your kids, make sure you do your best you can, even though I'm sure most people will try to be the best parents they can or whatever. But whatever you're trying to do, make sure you do it to the best of your abilities. Double check everything, triple check everything, but don't forget to take some time out to enjoy yourself, okay? Work, what's that saying? Work hard, play harder. That's what you need to do. Work hard and play harder, and Mercury retrograde will reward you with a great amount of success. It's trying to put you in a position where you have money, but you also got that extra money to just give to other people, and it's not breaking the bank. You're not sitting here, or it's trying to put you in a place where you're not sitting here with only $2 to your name. It's saying, well, now we've got 20,000 to my name, okay? And we can relax a little bit. And now we got 40,000 to my name, and we can relax a little bit more. Like, it's trying to build you up, okay? It's trying to put you in that position. That's what Mercury retrograde, and it's saying if you work hard and you focus on what you need to focus, and you don't take crap for anybody, you're gonna be there. You're gonna be in that situation. But the thing about Mercury retrograde with you guys, it looks like you guys, like I said, it looks like you guys are already on that path. I don't know why. So yeah, the Lovers is saying that you guys are making balanced choices already, and it's like basically saying keep on keeping on, okay? It can bring back past lovers too, because it is Mercury retrograde. Though I've noticed Mercury retrograde is mainly about like reflecting on past relationships, though exes and stuff do come back, or past friendships. It's usually not deep connections. That's usually more like Venus retrograde. Venus retrograde will definitely bring someone you've probably been in a relationship back. But Mercury retrograde may be like somebody you dated, someone you had a crush on, someone who had a crush on you, someone you were friends with. Those people tend to come back. So it may also say those people may pop back into your life, especially since we have the Emperor here. Could be like a male subject who's coming back just to like give a quick hi, see how you doing. He or she, if she's got like more masculine energy, will be keeping things pretty platonic, but they might just come back to like check on you real quick and see how you're doing. So there may be that little aspect of Mercury retrograde. And I'm going to pull one more last card. Like I said, you're going to have success. So Mercury retrograde is definitely just trying to put you in a position where you're going to have success, because we got the World card here, we got the Lovers here. No, we don't got any travel. This is more about like success. This is about like accomplishing, feeling like, oh, I got it done. Oh my God, I got the World card, what was it, like 2 or 3 weeks ago, for like how a week of mine would like go. And it basically, by the end of the week, I just had to look back on everything that I did, and I was like, wow, I did a lot. So Mercury retrograde is trying to put you there. By the end of Mercury retrograde, you're going to be like, how did I even do all of that? Like, what was that? And you're going to feel so accomplished and satisfied within yourself. Okay? And that is all I have for you, pile number 8. I mean, it's just about having that achievement, having that goal. It's less romantic, even though we have the Lovers. I mean, though I think somebody might hit you up if they haven't already. And then also we had like the Knight of Pentacles, so that's another person. And then we have the King of Pentacles, so it may be someone coming up. And then the world goes around and around and around, and it also has like this circle. I'm not even sure what it is. Is it a snake? It's like it looks like a reef, but it's about reconnecting. So you'll be reconnecting with some other people as well. And like I said, it's going to be more platonic, casual, chill, laid back, more so than like you guys are like turning the flirtation level on and off. It's just like, oh yeah, we used to be together, we used to date a bit, it's kind of cool. What are you up to now? I'm doing, like, I don't know, I started a gardening business. Oh cool, that's really nice. It's gonna be like that. It's gonna be like super chill. So anyway, thank you for watching pile number 8. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And remember, I do private readings. Come be my first client on Fivver. All that information is in the description. You can also DM me and follow me on Instagram if you want a reading. And you can also email me. So that is all I have for you. Enjoy your Mercury retrograde. I gotta go. Bye.